Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to get the show started in just another minute. Reminder that, as always, Don's Thursday live stream is a free show. Do not feel obligated to tip, but for those who would like to help support, there are links in all of the various chats. Thank you so much. We will see you shortly.
Hey, hello everyone. Hey, welcome. Here, go ahead and unmute yourself if you're in a relatively, quiet place so we can talk. I see my friend Jason's here from the Upper Peninsula. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you. Sarah is here, and Shannon from New Mexico, and so welcome everybody. It's April Fool's Day. There really is going to be a show tonight. It's not a joke. And we're also coming, as you may notice, those of you that are regular, from an undisclosed location, a new location. This is I finally did sell my house, and now I am in this bunker and part of the witness protection program. So here we are. But I'm glad to see you. It's also the first day of baseball, so maybe I'll talk about that later. We'll see how it goes. But I think I'll just play something here to get us started. Thank you for being here. I invited several, three really funny friends of mine to be in the after party. Carla Ulrich, Mark Stepkoff, and Peter Lendorf. So I thought when we got to the after party, we'd just fool around a little bit and take advantage of April Fun Day. Sarah, hello, my dear. How nice to see
Hi,
you.
honey.
How is everything out there?
Busy. We're going back to school in person next week, so I just was at school today trying to start the day over. We're having the first day of school in April.
Oh my God. Wow. All right.
It's a little
So,
busy.
yeah. How do you feel about it? Do you feel safe? You feel like it's going to
Um,
do a good
I feel
job?
like I feel like I know how to keep myself safe. I'm not sure I feel 100% safe, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna do what I need to do to take care of myself. And
Are they vaccinating all the teachers out there?
there are some vaccines available for teachers and some staff, but not everybody. So.
I got my first vaccination yesterday, so I can only play guitar with this today. Yeah, I had such a weird day. Like I went to the dentist in the morning and they stuck 5 needles into my mouth, and then I went right from there to the doctor's office and they started stabbing me. It was like a needle day, which I live in a community where a lot of people are having those, but mine was for all good reasons. So, I'm glad you're here. And My life is so interesting now. I have like a new place to live. So we'll talk about that. But here, I've been thinking about my dad today a little bit. Um, the amount of money that I got for my house. My dad paid $11,000 for his house when 1962, and he told me he couldn't sleep for 6 weeks just trying to figure out how he was going to pay off that astronomical amount of money in 30 years. He couldn't right, and so. And you can imagine what a house in near Boston is worth these days. And I just would have loved to just shown him the check. Do you know what I mean? Just like, Dad, look at this. Let's go to Vegas. Come on, Dad. All right, so here we go. My dad said, son, if you keep going on this way, you're getting a bad report card. You're gonna wind up as a lumper on a cruise someday. I said, what's a lumper? I was laughing so hard rolling on the floor. Dad, no one uses words like a lumper anymore. The guys are outside, it's Friday night. I gotta go, see you later, and thanks for the lecture. If you keep doing the things that you are doing, if all the things that you are doing don't do you in, they can always use another lumper down on the second chance crew. Billy Bob, Rick and Ray, those were my drinking buddies. We were living for the party. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and on Sunday. Don't one by one they moved away from home. You know the time went by. The next thing that I know, I'm 31. I'm drinking with a bunch of 19-year-olds. What a loser, man! What a loser! If you keep doing all the things that you're doing, if all the things that you are doing don't do you in, they can always use another lumper on the second chance crew. Second chance people got a touch of gray, partied their teens and their 20s away, but now they're sober, starting over, and they're 32. They're just so glad to be working on the second chance crew. Come on, lumper, those pallets aren't gonna move themselves. Should have studied a little harder in school, boy. Dig that ditch. I wound up in the program. I know that's no surprise. That's cause I'm an alcoholic. I make the minimum wage. At least I didn't die. I should have bought the farm. My knees are aching and my back is sore. I've been dragging these ladders across a plywood floor. And Dad, I never wonder what a lumper is anymore. Don White, you're a lumper if you keep doing the things that you are doing. That's what I can hear in my voice right now. If the things you're doing don't do you in, they can always use another lumper down on the second chance crew. If you keep doing the things that you're doing, if all the things that you're doing don't do you in, they can always use another lumper down on the second chance crew. Smoke it, drink it, and puff it up your nose while your education goes up in smoke. And when you're in your 30s and the party is through, we're saving you a seat at the meeting and a job lumping on the crew. A seat at the meeting, a seat at the meeting. It's the April Fool's Day revival, that's right. At the meeting, a seat at the meeting. A seat at the meeting. Hi, I'm Don. I'm a lumper. Seat at the meeting. Hi, Don. A seat at the meeting and a job lumping on the crew. A seat at the meeting and a job lumping on the crew.
Woo!
Woo!
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
That came out real nice, Don. I like this
bad.
version.
Thank you. I'm having fun with it, really.
Yeah.
So, welcome everybody. Kansas is represented here. Hello, Alan. Nice to see you. And just Michigan is well represented here. I don't know what's going on. I've been reading a lot about your state over there. You're going backwards in the COVID thing. How am I gonna come out there? How am I gonna come out there and play music if you're going backwards? You know, just get that stuff straightened out, will you? I need to get back to Michigan. All right, so. Brandon, our technician, he's from Michigan, he's in an undisclosed location too, and he's not letting anybody breathe on him.
Right.
So Sarah, I was thinking I'd play Elijah tonight and just keep it light, So does that
Sounds
work?
good to me.
All right, well we'll work up to it. How's that sound? We don't want to traumatize the folks here too early here. In the 42 years that we've been wed, I wondered if you ever heard a word I said, till I said pass that remote control over here, and you told me to blow it out my ear. I love you, you're a sassy brat, you make me mad and you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half, let me grow old with my sassy brat. When my fans call up and say that I'm great, you tell them that is a huge mistake, that if they had to live with me they would understand what a big pain in the ass I am. I love you, you're a sassy brat, you make me mad and you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half, let me grow old with my sassy brat. There are men that like women who they can dominate, that bring them breakfast in bed and always tell them that they're great. Well, my sassy lady never does that for me, but at least a life with her is definitely not boring, not one single minute of it. She says if you want me to believe that you're great, do a couple loads of laundry around here someday. I said, hey, if you want me to believe that you're great, do a couple loads of laundry around here someday. Hey pal, it's only because you're still kinda cute that I haven't already gotten rid of you. I love you, you sassy brat, you make me mad and you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half, let me grow old with my sassy brat. You say the kids have both gone to the show. How about a little quickie before they come home? And I say, hey, I suppose you think you're really slick, the way that you keep emphasizing little and quick. I love you, you're a sassy brat, you make me mad and you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half, let me grow old with my sassy brat. Sassy bratty lady been hanging around here, driving me crazy 42 years. If I could ever afford to see a psychiatrist, I'd ask him why the hell do I like being treated like this. We were in bed but we were still awake. You said I really love you in this life we've made. I said, hey, can I quote you on what you just said? You told me if I did you'd punch me in the head. I love you, you sassy brat, you make me mad and you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half, let me grow old with my sassy brat. Hope it's not too much to ask, let me grow old with my sassy brat. All right, there you go.
Woo! All right, Don.
Thank you.
Way to go, Don. I'm from Chicago.
Hey, Chicago's in the house. Nicely done. Welcome, welcome. So, anything you want to hear, Chicago? You want me to play something for you, or?
Rascal's always one of my favorites.
All right, I'll play that. It's April Fool's Day. We'll keep it light.
My dad had a dog like that my mom couldn't deal with, and it was my dad's dog.
Dad and the dog.
Her dog was Snowball, but we always said that song was actually the Snowball song.
All right. Well, let's see if I can fit the name Snowball into this. All right. Thank you for
Do it
coming.
your way.
Uh,
Do it your way.
I'll do, we'll just have fun with it. So, those of you that are watching on the other platforms, YouTube over here, hello and welcome. Those of you watching on Facebook over there, hello. I can't lift this arm up too good because I got my shot today. Ow, 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 ow. See the pain I go through to wave to my Facebook friends over there. You're welcome to pop over here to the Zoom part so you can speak to me in between songs, as some of my friends are doing here. But you can remain anonymous over there if you like. If those of you that are on or near or around or connected to Facebook, if you would share this stream, that would be really good. Because the more the merrier, that's the way we like it. All right. This is going out to Chicago, one of my favorite places. Can't wait to get back there. Rascal is the dog, he ain't too bright. Me and Rascal was sitting on the cut here. Snowball is the dog, he ain't too bright. Me and Snowball were sitting on the couch last night when my woman come in and started to cry. Looked at us with such terror in her eyes. Said, I have raised these children 18 years. Now they're growing up and they're moving out of here. And my big reward for all that I've been through is this dog as dumb as mud. And you, yippee-yahoo. Rascal looked at me in disbelief. He said, she can't be talking about you and me. She's got us to spend the rest of her whole life with. Will you please tell her how incredibly lucky she is? And I said, who is gonna love you any better than this? We'll wake you up every morning with big wet kisses when we hear the police sirens in your neighborhood. We throw our heads up in the air and we howl for you. Ow! Thank you, I love that. And that's cool. You gotta admit that's pretty cool. You know, I don't believe we had succeeded in convincing her of the outrageous good fortune that had befallen her. In fact, instead of looking happy as she could be, she looked a little bit, well, you know, suicidal to me. But hey, kids go to college, kids move away, but dogs and husbands, that's who stays. To you it seems like a big trick of fate, but me and Snowball, we don't see it that way. We're thinking, ain't we cuddly, ain't we cute? We're both real funny and we're both real true. There's another thing about us that is very cool. If you scratch us on our belly, our left leg moves. And you gotta admit that's cool. Ow! Ow! Well, okay, so maybe we ain't that smart. We're a couple of mutts with a lot of heart. But no one could ever love you better or give you more loyalty than this dog is dumb as mud. Than this dog is dumb as mud. Than this dog is dumb as mud. Well, and me. How lucky can one girl be? She's got a dog like you and a man like me. We'll be together well into this next century. Put that knife down, baby. Snowball, I don't think that Mom is too happy. Maybe we should howl for her if it's at all possible. You know, she just moved from a house she was in for 30 years, and now she's in a house that's not quite so big, and there's boxes piled up all over the place, and she could use a little cheering up, I think. So maybe if we told all the potential canines in the little potential canines in the little squares on my Zoom call here that we needed to cheer up Mama with some howling, I think they might participate. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Unmute yourselves and let's make some noise. Ow! 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 Oh,
All right, John.
Thanks, John.
Spider-Man.
Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, Don.
Oh, you're welcome,
you,
and thanks
Don.
for the support, I just appreciate you all so much here. Let me take a look at you all. Look at there you all are. Hey, nice to see you. Good to see you. Thanks everybody for coming out, and so here we are. We're in our new house. We were in this other house, with the coronavirus behind us there. That house. We were there for 30 years and 30 and a half years, and now we moved into an apartment that my son owns. And so it's smaller, but there's a lot of good things about it. Um, so it's a good time near Boston to sell a house, but not a good time to buy one because whatever you make extra on selling it, you have to pay up for whatever it is you go buy. So we're gonna transition here and see maybe if the housing market comes down a little bit. But while we're doing this, this is we call it the compound. It's you know how in Massachusetts, if you've ever been here, there's a lot of houses were built at the turn of the century, and they're 3-deckers. So this is when you come in the driveway. There's a 3-decker on the right, and then there's a 2-decker in the back. So total of 5 apartments, all on one piece of property, and so it's kind of communal. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody uses the same laundry and all that stuff. And my daughter and her husband and my grandson, my little grandson, he's not 2 yet. They're on the 3rd floor. So we're set now for as long as we're here to have the experience, or he's ready to have the experience that that all the Greeks in my family had, where they all lived in a 3-decker and the kids just ran up and down and opened the doors, and if you need something, the Greeks had in their house they had a pulley system where they could put something in a basket and pull it up to the 3rd floor so they were tired of going up the stairs. So we're looking forward to having a close summer with the grandkid, and hopefully everyone will be vaccinated, and my other grandchildren can hang out with them too. So that's where we're at. Today is the first day of baseball season, and baseball. I don't know why everyone doesn't love baseball. I guess because it's boring. I guess, but I think that's why I do love it. So here, why don't you unmute? Everybody try. I'm gonna tell a little bit story about baseball. So the more people unmuted, the better for me when I'm telling a story, so I can feel a little something. I don't just. What'll happen to me if I don't feel anything is around halfway through I'll just give up. Do you know what I mean? I'll be in the middle of the story and I'll just be like, yeah, I'm done here, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not too bad. Anybody else that's in a relatively quiet place, unmute yourself and let me tell you this story about baseball. So I love baseball. I grew up loving it. We played it every day. I don't know, it was a different world, I guess, but if we had 2 people, we would play baseball against the bleachers. If we had 4 people, we would play baseball down the park, and we'd make up these rules. You could only hit to right field. You only hit to one field. Do you know what I mean? The other guy on your team had to be the catcher, and he couldn't pretend not to get the guy out if there was a play at the plate. We had all that stuff going, and we just lived and breathed it all the time. And being a Red Sox fan, as a little kid, the Red Sox are good now, but man, back then they were horrible. They were so bad. And in 1967 they had a good year, but they didn't win the World Series, and they just kept getting beat out of the World Series at the last second all the time. So it was an exercise in excruciating agony being a Red Sox fan as a little kid, because they didn't just lose. They would lose at the last millisecond in the 9th inning of the last game, and that's kind of the way it was, But I love baseball. I've always loved it, and I love the pastoral nature of it. I like the fact that it's not rushed. I like the minutia of it. I like the fact that if I'm watching it, I'm seeing something different than a casual viewer. I know that that the shortstop has moved over a half a step because of this kind of pitch and all that. It feeds the OCD of my brain, the minutia of it, right? But my wife hates baseball, and she has always hated it. I think she hated it since she went to a game at Fenway Park in the 60s, and she didn't like it. It was boring, and then it went like to 15 innings. So she was permanently damaged early in the process on baseball, right? And so she just hated it, and that's why I married her. I married her because she hates baseball. That's why I married her, and I'll explain to you why that is. Marriage is difficult. I don't have to tell you. Let me look at you all. Look at all. There's a fair amount of married people here today. I don't have to tell you how difficult marriage is. I can see it on your faces, right? It's got a lot of challenges. You start out kind of kissy huggy, and then mortgages and kids and jobs and teenagers and all the stuff. It just builds pressure all every day, more pressure. So it's hard to stay married, because of your mortgage and your teenagers. The kids loved you when they were little, now they hate you, and all this stuff, right? There's all these things that happen, and more pressure all the time. So think about this. So you have to build stress relief into every day of your marriage in order to stay married. It's hard to stay married, right? So here's my tool, and I would say this to anybody, whether you're a man or a woman, and if you love baseball, and you marry someone who hates baseball over the course of 30 or 40, 50-year marriage. We're shooting for 50 plus years, right? So this is one of the key ingredients. If you marry someone who hates baseball, think about that. That's 162 times a year for 3 amazing hours where the person you're married to will leave you alone.
Maybe.
If they hate baseball, they will. But that's the key ingredient, right? Or maybe they'll come and torture you. She'll do that sometimes. Well, I'll explain that in a minute too. But just think about that. All I'm saying is that you can stay married a long time if you can build 162 3-hour reprieves from each other into every summer. It's just a simple formula. I'm just putting this information out into the world. Do with it what you will. It's worked good for us. So it's a beautiful day in the middle of the summer. A million things I could be doing around the house. And I'll be sitting on the couch watching baseball. And my wife will come in and look at me with such disgust. And in her mind, she's counting down a list of 120 things that she's sure at this moment I could/should be mowing, trimming, painting, sanding, bringing up from the basement, putting into the attic, something, right? But instead, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm watching baseball. And it doesn't help that I got my shirt open so my belly button can watch the game too. It doesn't help. That's not being helpful in those moments. And she'll come in and she'll look at the TV and she'll look at me and she'll look at the TV and she'll look at me and she'll go, there isn't nothing going on that TV. It's just a bunch of men standing around in a field spitting and scratching themselves. That's all that's happening on there. And I would say to her, yes, it's terrible. You should get as far away from this as possible. Unfortunately for me, I am hopelessly ensnared in their evil web. But you, my beloved, my betrothed, you can save yourself! Save yourself while you have a chance! So, it's April now, right? This is the beginning of baseball season. In 2004, the Red Sox hadn't won a World Series championship since 1918. 86 years, I think it was, something like that. And all of us that love the Red Sox, we just had scar tissue over our hearts from all the losses that we had. Not just losses, 1970, just losses in the last inning. Bucky Dent, oh my God, all these, this unbelievable way of losing at the last moment. In 78, the Red Sox lost the chance to go to the World Series because the guy named Bucky Dent hit a home run. Bucky Dent, that's like losing to Bozo the Clown. You could almost see him running around the bases with a big red nose and orange hair and floppy shoes, laughing. Hey, you lost again at the last minute to Bozo the Clown, right? And I was a little leaguer and just another stab wound to my heart, So 2004, the Red Sox get in the World Series and they lose the first 3 games. They didn't just lose them; They got humiliated. They got treated like babies. It was they didn't. It's like they never even showed up, right? So we're just sitting there going, okay, again, you can't just lose. Other teams here, those people from Michigan here that are here. Do you remember what year was it? The 2003 Tigers. No, I'm thinking about the Mets in New York. The Mets. There was the Mets like one year lost 119 games, right? Like, and the people from New York would say to me, "At least your team is always in it." And I would say to them, "That's the problem, you know." That's the problem. Your team was out of it that year that they lost 119 games. They were out of it in May. You should have sent them a thank you card because my team, drags me along thinking we're going to win right to the end and then loses to Bucky Dent in the ninth inning, right? So anyway, they're in this World Series with the Yankees, of course. The Yankees just made their whole reputation on thumping the Red Sox, and so they lost the first three games and then they won the fourth game. But my family and I, we weren't having that. We were looking at each other going, "You're just teasing us now. This is you're just trying to aggravate us, really. This is we know where this is going." And then they won the fifth game, and they didn't just win it. They pulled it out of their ass. Do you know what I mean? Like it was a miracle. Like God was asleep at the wheel that day, and it wasn't supposed to happen. So now, remember now, I live with someone who hates baseball, right? And so now it's the sixth game. When I was watching that game, I don't know what happens to you when you're watching an important sporting event for your local team. Maybe you live and die with every pitch. That's for children. That's for babies. Like I was like I was zoned into the molecules of that game. Like I could tell that a guy in Quincy bought a hot dog in section 15. I could tell that a blade of grass grew a quarter of an inch between the fifth and the sixth inning. I was like zoned into every neutron, every molecule in Fenway Park. I couldn't have been any more immersed into the minutia of what was happening. And it was at that exact moment that my wife decided that she wanted to be a baseball fan. She started tapping me on the shoulder. She's like, "Dawn, what's an RBI?" I'm like looking at her. I'm like, "I'm gonna have to kill you. I'm gonna have to kill you." I go, she's like, "Well, why don't they wear the red shirts? You know how sometimes they have the red shirts on? I like those better. The red shirts." I'm like, "Really? If you want to learn about baseball, talk to me in April, okay?" The Red Sox went on to win that World Series, and my dad, who I've been thinking a lot about today, he was there, and when they finally did win, it was. I mean, they've won a lot since then, so most people don't realize what that first win was to all of us little leaguers who just kept getting our hearts broken for our whole adult life, right? But my dad, when they won, the last out was a ground ball to the pitcher, and he tossed it gently like it was an egg that he couldn't break, and he tossed it to the first baseman, and the first baseman caught the ball and stepped on the base, and the umpire said, "You're out, you win the World Series." But that wasn't supposed to happen, because all of us Red Sox fans, as soon as he went to throw that ball, we all went like this. Because we knew that something was going to happen. He was going to throw it in the third row, or like a bird was going to fly by and grab it and drive it off to New York or something, right? But they won. And I remember my dad, he didn't jump up and down. He wasn't, we just were quiet. It was like a trauma. Do you know what I mean? Like we were all sort of just traumatized by victory, by the unlikeliest of all victories. We just weren't used to it. And so the Red Sox hadn't won since in 1918, and my dad finally spoke these words of wisdom at the end there. He said, "I believe that tomorrow there will be 40,000 empty nursing home beds in New England." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about, Dad?" He goes, "Everybody that was born in 1919 and has been staying alive for this moment is just going to put a big grin on their face and roll their head back and check out." All right. That's my opening day of baseball story. And Neil Braverman, if you can see him, those of you over here in the Zoom part, if you can see Neil, he's got Fenway Park in the background there. Go, good. Oh, all right.
I had to get it up there for you, Don.
Thank you, Neil. Nice to see you all. I
Best
think.
park in the world.
Yes, well, yeah, it's a beautiful park. It's great. You can take a tour there. It's quite interesting. I recommend it highly. You can go up on the green monster. You can go inside it. All that stuff. It's good fun. You learn all kinds of things, like how bad the Red Sox were in the 30s. Like a whole section of Fenway Park burned in the 30s, right? And they just tied a rope around it because nobody was coming to the park anyway. They didn't fix it. They just left it there for a decade or so like that. So all these things. All right. So if anybody wants to hear anything tonight, I'm feeling pretty laid back. Just put it in the chat and I'll try to get to it. Brandon will monitor the other chats and the other. Brandon and Eric is working tonight. They'll let me know if somebody requests something from another platform. But here, let's do this. I was on the highway, I was cruising along. I decided to put my seatbelt on. A minute later, baby, what do you believe? A Big Mac truck crashed into me. I told the policeman that I was okay. He said your seatbelt saved your life today. The ambulance driver, the EMTs, they all started singing this song to me. They said it's a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. And not cave in your windshield with your head. Cave in your windshield with your head. You're an ugly man, but if that occurred, believe me, it would be even uglier. And it's a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. Later that evening with my family, we were sitting on the couch, we were watching TV. There was a drive-by shooting on the 6 o'clock news. They fired 15 bullets at one poor dude. He took one on the finger, one on the shin. The other 13 all missed him, so we called him up at the hospital and we sang to him over the telephone. We said, hey, it is a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. Not have a bunch of bullets in your head. Oh, what wonderful luck you got. The guy that tried to kill you was a terrible shot, and it's a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. Next news story on my TV set was that guy whose wife brought a knife to bed. For those of you that are under the age of 100, that guy's name was Mr. Bobbitt. That's right. 1 hour later, as the story goes, a part of his anatomy was laying by the road. When my sassy wife looked over and she smiled at me, she started singing this song to me. She said, hey, it is a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. Not have your wife bring a knife with her to bed. Shoo-doo-wah, chop, chop, whoa. She said, I yell and I scream, I complain a lot, but at least I haven't cut no body parts off. And it's a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. I thought about my car crash and my close call, and I started getting sentimental. I said, I love this house, and I love you guys. I'm keeping my rusty old car outside, and I'm so happy to be alive with you. Let's do all the things we always said that we would do. Maybe we'll sell this house someday, you never know, because it's a great day. It is a great day. It is a great day. It is a great day. It's a great day to not be dead. There you go.
All right, Don.
Hey, Don. All right.
So that's Neil and Sarah. They're like teaching everybody, what is it? Zoom etiquette, like how to be like enthusiastic in between songs. It's so good. They're all so good. All right. So, who was that?
We try. We're both
We
got
try.
our smileys on now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the best. Look at that. All right. All right. So I'm gonna play this song for Sarah. This song is called Elijah. The Precocious Orchard Queen. And it's a song that's, I don't even know how to explain this thing, but it's a true story. Most of this, a lot of the things that I write about are, start out with a little seedling of truth, and then I pour gigantic gallons of exaggeration on them, and they grow. It's a gigantic rainforest of exaggeration. They have a little seedling of truth, but this thing is true all the way down to the, it's all just a true story that I wrote because it was so weird and so funny. So it has a lot of things in it that have grown obsolete. First of all, it's a song about a dog in heat. Like, do dogs even go into heat? When was the last time you saw a dog in heat? I mean, unless they're being bred, like all dogs are neutered and spayed now, pretty much where I live, right? There was a comedian saying, when was the last time you saw a dog with balls? That was a thing from the 70s, So anyway, they used to just parade around, like they were tough guys in those days. So anyway, this is called The Shameful Ballad of Elijah, the Precocious Orchard Queen. It's a song about my wife and I when we were hitchhiking, and we had a dog with us. She went into heat, and we were working in this orchard, picking pears. This was our early beginnings that brought us to where we are now. We were picking fruit in Washington State, and the dog went into heat, and then we had this, all of a sudden all these other dogs from the whole state of Washington were our best friends. They wanted to make friends with us. All right, so thanks, Sarah, for this one here. So I don't know how dry my mouth is. I'll try to whistle, though. In order to get into the mood for this, I'm going to whistle the theme to Lassie. Again, this is like nursing home jokes here and now. Like, if I played in a college and I said something about Lassie, there would just be blank stares. One time I was complaining to my son about performing for college students. I say, I tell these jokes and I just get blank stares. And he was in college at the time, and he said to me, Dad, college students always look like that. So don't take it personal, Dad. It's not you. It's the world. Wait a minute. I'm not going to be able to. I'll get right into that microphone. Let me tell you about the fall of '79. We were running out of money, we were running out of time. We wound up picking pears way over in Washington. For 8 months before that, we were hitching down the road with a dog named Elijah, 1 year old. Had that dog ever since she was a little pup. Now our baby was growing up. Walk out into Elijah, I just can't say. Guess she started reaching the curious age, and she had this aroma she was sending all over the land. And in every backyard for 4 or 5 miles, every male dog was howling and going wild. They were driving their owners crazy, but they didn't care. Dog love was in the air. Jumping out of windows, breaking off chains. Poodles, Cocker Spaniels, German Shepherds, Great Danes. Raunchy, rabid, ugly, mangy, mean. They were trying to find the orchard queen. I was in a tree and Elijah was right down beneath me, and to my surprise I saw 25 male dogs closing in on her. And so I picked me a pear and I threw it on down, and I hit a Cocker Spaniel, knocked him to the ground. He got up quick, he was dazed, but he wasn't deterred. And so I threw down another, I hit him on the head, and he went down hard. I thought he was dead, but he still went for Elijah after taking 2 direct hits. The little sucker was passionate. We jumped from the tree and we ran to the shack, pursued by a horny, crazed wild dog pack. And our dog Elijah fought us every inch of the way. And when we got to the shack, we were both in shock, and we felt like we were in the movie by Hitchcock. We looked at each other and we didn't know what to say. How could a little girl act this way? You know, you try to bring them over right, you feed them Alpo and keep them tied at night. You try to teach them morals and teach them about society. And one day they are a sweet innocent child, the next day you know they're all running so wild. Elijah, I never thought you would turn out to be a picture of promiscuity. The next morning I took a pair of my BVD underwear and I put them on Elijah and I put her tail through the little hole. Let's all try to picture that if we could. And I let her run free in the orchard that day. And every male dog in Washington state took a try at Elijah, but the only thing they felt was a low-budget chastity belt. That night when we got to the shack, I took the underwear and I threw them out back. They were wet and they were dirty and I didn't think much of it. I didn't realize that they were the equivalent of the Holy Grail in the male dog population. Silly me, because Lord Almighty, what happened then? When the male dogs got a good whiff of them, it was the biggest dog riot that there ever was anywhere. Over Elijah's underwear. They fought and rumbled and they brawled all night. They fought and rumbled and they brawled all night. They were killing one another till the morning light. They were fighting to the death for the greatest prize anywhere. When it all was finished, when it all was done, Doberman Pinscher was the champion. He was wounded, but he looked so triumphant. So triumphant, standing there with Elijah's underwear. He won him fair and square. It would tore to shreds, he didn't care. He was so proud standing there. All right, there it is.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Don.
Don. Woo!
All right.
Thanks, Don.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Don.
Always
Alright,
makes
so-
me laugh.
Always makes me laugh, and this one's for Sarah.
Yeah. Sarah,
I
talk.
can't. I don't know which way to go.
Oh, you go. Oh, what do you got here? Oh my God! Here.
Oh.
Did you? There you go. April Fool's prank for teachers. There you go. Look at
I
that.
was so bummed that I didn't have kids. I am the master April Fool's
I
joker.
believe that.
I am. I convinced my kids that we found a very small alligator in Bass Lake up here. I convinced my kids another year that we found a small baby shark in Lake Hensley. Freshwater shark.
Leave it to you.
I convinced my kids an asteroid was going to hit the Earth one year.
Oh, good. So you're responsible for children's nightmares. Good job.
Oh, they totally believe me too, and I waited till Monday to tell them the truth.
They're staring out the window the whole weekend. Nice. Good job. All right. So,
Done.
Brandon, I'm going to play this song about weed being legal. So I thought maybe we would show the PSA during the intermission, if you could set that up here. So let me...
No problem.
Okay, so let me play this. I'm going to play this for Kathy, Leek, and everybody who's here from Massachusetts, right? So here in Massachusetts, weed is legal. It's legal. It used to be fake legal. Do you remember that? Where like it was kind of halfway legal. Like you had to get your doctor to lie for you about it. Remember that? Like, it would be like, Don has glaucoma and some anxiety. We need to prescribe him a bunch of Hawaiian bud, so you had to get your doctor to lie for you. But now you just like, there's big billboards and everything, come on in here, we can get, buy some weed, right? Like so that. And so I'm okay with it. I don't smoke it myself, but I'm glad it's not illegal. Nobody's going to jail for it. But the concern that I have is that I have two concerns. One is for joggers. I feel like poor joggers, and because you can't go anywhere and not smell it. Like my wife and I, every single day we smell weed. It's coming out of everywhere, like churches and kindergartens and police cars, and just every intersection has got smoke coming out of every car. Like you're like, come on, go ahead. The light has changed. They're like, nah, man, well, you go ahead, right? It's It's like that. My friend Ellen, who lives here in Lynn, she told me, we were talking about this, and she goes, I walk past Pine Grove Cemetery, and you can smell it coming out of the cemetery. She's like, Dawn, how popular is it when dead people are smoking it? Like, it's everywhere, and I'm okay with all of that. I think it's good that it's legal. What I'm concerned about is conversation. If we ever get back to being in person, when these shows are over, I'm gonna sit and talk with everybody. I love conversation. I love to talk to people and hear what they have to say and where they've been and what they think is interesting. And the kind of conversation that I'm especially fond of is the kind where the person that you're talking to can remember what you just said. That kind of conversation. It's my favorite, right?
The best.
I'm concerned that those of us who like focused conversation, we're gonna have to go underground. We're gonna have to create speakeasies. We're gonna call them Speak Coherently Easies. And here's my little song about this. It's called "This Is Nothing." I sat around with a bunch of stoners. I listened to them talk all night long. They were sure that their conversation was deep with meaning. They were wrong, 'cause when you smoke it makes you stupid. I thought you knew it, but I was wrong. We're not having a conversation. This is nothing at all. My friend Harry lit up a fatty to celebrate my brand new job. I watched his brain float out of my window. He left me talking to an empty blob. 'Cause when you smoke it makes you stupid. I thought you knew it, but I was wrong. We're not having a conversation. This is nothing at all. Alright, so it's 1976 here in beautiful Lynn, Massachusetts. I think I'm probably 18 or something in those, 19 maybe. I'm in my friend's basement. Mother's gone for the weekend. All my friends are down there. The smoke is really thick. You can hardly see across the room. But I can see my friend, my best friend, across the room, and I can tell that he's having a deep thought. He's having a moment of revelation, of profoundness, profundity. I don't know what, being profound-ish, right? And he's going to speak something to me that he's sure is going to change the entire trajectory of my life. And I can't wait to hear it, because I can tell by the look on his face that it's important, that he's been spoken to by the Spirit. He's having an inspiration, and this is what he says. I have to slow it down here a little bit to stoner speed. Hang on. There you go. I have to droop my eyes more than they're normally drooped. And here we go. What if our whole life was just a dream, man? What if we're dreaming this right now? I forgot what I was just saying. Let's order pizza. Wow. 'Cause when you smoke it makes you stupid. I thought you knew it, but I was wrong. We're not having a conversation. This is nothing at all. It cures glaucoma. It cures insomnia. Some people say that it is a cancer cure, but it does not cure incoherent conversation. That's for sure.
You're done.
All right, Donnie.
All right, who's ordering pizza? Come on. Who's ordering pizza?
Oh.
Look at all the smoke and all the squares here. Come
There
on.
you go.
It's all right. Go ahead. It's Thursday night. You do whatever you want. It's okay.
We welcome everyone to Massachusetts for that, Don, right?
No, it's everywhere. You know.
Tommy and Marlene just posted Massachusetts.
Like that.
Nicely done. Massachusetts. All right. So here, we're gonna take just a short break. If you can donate a little something to the grocery bill around here, that would be great. But don't no pressure. I know it's hard on everybody. I'm feeling the fatigue of COVID now. Like, you know, it's partly March. Like around here in wintry parts of the country, March is like when you get to the end of March and it's still damp and cold, you're just like, okay, enough, please, you're killing me. You know, that's kind of how it is now. So you have to work hard to keep your spirits up. Not like in California where it's warm, but here it's just fatigue and then COVID on top of it. So I'm feeling that. So I understand people are struggling, so don't worry about it. But if you can donate a little bit, we'll buy groceries with it. That's how this works here. And I want to thank you all, those of you that come all the time. We've been doing this since March and April, and I haven't had to take unemployment or anything. I've been able to squeak by on people's, you know, just dropping money in the hat there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play our very popular public service announcement, sort of tagged onto that song there. This is for anybody that's new to the game here. And then after that, we'll put the splash up. It'll have ways that you can donate. If you're on another platform, that'll be in your chats, the different things. You know, Venmo, PayPal, or you can mail me a check. Like a lot of people mail checks. So I wanted to say something. There's a woman from New Hampshire. I'm not sure she's here. Sandra Madruga, something like that in New Hampshire, who mails me a check for any show that she comes to. So I want to thank you because I don't get to see you in the Zoom part of this. But if there's something that if you're watching tonight and you want to hear something, put it in the chat and let me know who you are, and I'll make a legitimate effort to play it for you to show my appreciation for you using the Pony Express to help my grocery bill over here. All right, so public service announcement for about 2 minutes or so, and then another 2 minutes of splash and information, and I'll be back and I'll play till 8:25 maybe, something like that, and then we'll have an after party with 3 people that I chose specifically for their senses of humor. I just feel like laughing today, you know. I may throw a serious one in here before we're done, but I think laughter is important this particular week for everybody. So go ahead, pay attention to this public service announcement, and I'll be back shortly.
Car's been stopped for quite some time. I'm going to check it out. Excuse me. Have you been smoking any pot today? No. Well, you've been stopped here for 15 minutes. Can you tell me why that is?
We're waiting for the stop sign to turn green.
How high are you?
Hi, how are you?
No, I said, how high are you?
Hi, how are you? This cop is so friendly, babe.
Okay, I am going to have to conduct a pot sobriety test.
Oh, man, I'm too high for that.
Blow into this?
Hey, is that a breathalyzer?
No. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a few questions to determine your ability to drive. Why is a pizza box square when the pizza's a circle and all the little slices are tiny triangles? Which of these 2 snacks would you prefer? Chips or the cookie dough? Step out of the car, please. Let's go.
Please, don't drive high. We're getting cookie dough all over the back of our cruisers. A message from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. I hope you're having a good time in your world there. Thanks to everybody who was able to donate. I appreciate that very much. Those of you on the other platforms, welcome. Glad you're here. All that. Thank you so much, everybody. All right, here we go. So eventually we're going to leave our town of Lynn, Massachusetts, I think, and just move to a quieter place. But I'm 5 generations in this town. I'm in the 3rd generation, and my kids and my grandchildren live here or have at one point or another. But right now we're still in Lynn. This undisclosed bunker location is actually in the Witness Protection Program here in Lynn, and let me play this song that I wrote in the 70s about my hometown, and it answers a lot of questions as to why I am the way I am. I was born in the city of Lynn, home of the first turbine engine. And as if that wasn't enough, it is also the home of marshmallow fluff. You can travel the whole country, you'll never find a bigger fluff factory. I'm from Lynn, what can I say? People from Lynn just act this way. I don't talk slick like I'm from the Hant. I'm the son of a 30-year GE man. Don't be staring at me that way. I'm from Lynn, what can I say? I used to hang around in Barry Park. That's illegal after it gets dark. I would stand on the bleachers where things got smoked and beer was chug-a-lug. Bottles got broke later in the evening when the police come. 27 juveniles are on the run. Juveniles are running everywhere you see, jumping over fences, climbing in trees. But Don White is too loaded to get away. His name is in the paper. The next day, his mother and his father, they can't believe he would publicly humiliate the family. He said, "Mom, from Lynn." What can I say? People from Lynn act this way. I don't talk slick. That's what I said. I'm not from Swampscott or Marblehead. Don't be staring at me that way. I'm from Lynn. What can I say? On the corner of every street, somebody's cooking something greasy to eat. Deep fat is frying everywhere you look. The town is bound for the record books. It's a million sub shops open all night long. A socio-intestinal phenomenon. I still think that's the best line I ever wrote. I'm from Lynn, what can I say? People from Lynn, I eat this way. There's no room in my stomach for French cuisine. Give me a bag of cheese curls in a submarine. Julia Child, get out of my way. I'm from Lynn, what can I say? That's how you know when a song's been around too long, when it actually has dead people in it. I left Lynn 10 years ago. I had no idea where I was gonna go. 10 of my friends were leaning up against Frank's Sea Grill. It's 10 years later, they're leaning there still. Half of my friends who are not on the street are dead in jail or annoying me. And I'm from Lynn, what can I say? People from Lynn act this way. I don't talk slick, that's what I said. They won't even let me into Marblehead. They're afraid I'll steal something, and I have, and I might again. Don't be staring at me that way. I'm from Lynn, what can I say?
Woo! Delayed, sorry. I was typing.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
hey, Brandon, are you talking?
yeah, I heard a little. It sounds like your guitar was buzzing a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
It wasn't when you were talking, just your guitar. So I'm not sure if a setting got toggled or something.
Let's see. No, it looks okay. Maybe my guitar has a buzz. Could be.
Could be. Could be.
Everybody else in this neighborhood does. So Lynn guy, I don't know. I'm having a lot of feelings about everything now. It's a weird place to be at, to be moving on. my book, Memoirs of a C Student, that I finished probably 10 years ago, has a lot of stories in it about Lynn. That's I think if you really want to know how you manufacture somebody to turn out this way, you can read that book. Like when I, my kids never went anywhere by themselves. We we weren't helicopter parents, but this is a tough neighborhood. We watched out for them, drove them to where they were going. When I was 9 years old, 10 years old, I would leave my house at 9 in the morning and come back for supper, right? And for that whole time I was gone, I was on a crime spree. I was like hopping freight trains and shoplifting and lighting things on fire. Like it was just like, I can't reconcile the childhood I had with the way the world is now. Like I had so much freedom, and and so, then Terry and I hitchhiked for 3 years after when we got out of high school, and then we took freedom to another notch. So I was 3 years on the road hitchhiking. So from the time I was a little kid till, I don't know, 20 years old, and nobody told me what to do, pretty much, right? You should have seen me when when I had the frightening realization that I had to have a boss and I had to listen to what they said. Are you kidding me? like I just be looking at the guy going, really? Like what you say I have to do? This can't be right. Wait, let me look this paperwork over again. This can't be right. It's because like I have such a deep sense of independence growing up the way that I did, and then of course all that hitchhiking, the freedom came from not having a place to go to, like not having a place to go back to or to go to. It affected me tremendously, and it really hurt to contain it. Like the first years of having to be somebody's employee, oh man, like I was like a dog that like all of a sudden somebody was 10 years old and then somebody showed him what a rope was. I'm like, what is this? So that's the way it goes. But now I'm done working, I'm retired, I do this business, and so I'm recouping my freedom, I guess. All right, so just does anyone want to hear anything? We got time for a couple more. Just yap it out, yell it out. Any songs that you want to hear or anything?
Oh, more live.
Okay.
Rascal.
I played Rascal earlier, and Neil, sorry about that.
Oh, I missed it again.
Yeah, you got. It's a kind of early in the show thing.
I know.
Right, so here, so this song, we just learned that this is my song, right? But because I'm on a CD Baby, and they collect, supposedly, go monitor that nobody's stealing my songs, they decided to put a clamp on one of my things on YouTube because somebody's playing my song. It was me playing the song. One thing we've learned in this life is don't try to argue with the algorithm, okay? You think it's hard arguing with someone of a separate opposite political point of view? That's a cakewalk compared to arguing with the algorithm, okay? But anyway, the good thing about it is that what I'm learning is the YouTube is saying, if you ever get to the point where you can make money from us, you won't be able to make money from this thing. So what does that mean? Nothing, right? Like I don't make any money from them, so why are you bothering me? Talk to me when there's money involved. Otherwise, it's just noise, right? Algar noise. All right. I lost my mother. I lost my father. Well, I really didn't lose them. I know exactly where they both are. It's not like they went for a walk, took a wrong turn and both got lost. It just hurts less to say I lost them than to say they're dead. Betty May is 82. She's having more fun than me and you. All she wants to do is laugh and sing. She's the biggest flirt I ever seen. She still flutters those baby blues. like she did when she was 22. So much mischief in those eyes. I never seen someone more alive, more alive, waiting on the other side of all the sorrow and the trouble in your life. There are so many sad goodbyes in a long and well-lived life. If they don't break you, they can make you more alive. When my mother died, I was so smashed up inside. I was crying like a baby. I thought the pain might kill me. And Betty said, son, you won't believe how many loved ones I buried. Father, sister, my brother, son, my husband, and my mother. And every time I lose a friend, I think I'm never going to laugh again. Lay around and watch bad TV till this feeling comes over me. And then I put some music on and play my favorite song. Dance around my living room like I did when I was 22. And shake loose of that pain inside on the day when I decide not only will I survive, I am going to be more alive, more alive, more alive, waiting on the other side of all the sorrow and all the trouble in your life. There are so many sad goodbyes in a long and well-lived life. If they don't break you, they can make you more alive. She said, go ahead, feel your pain. Watch bad TV for days, but when you're ready to come out and play, you'll come see Betty May. And we'll put some music on and play your favorite song. Dance around my living room like we both were 22. Shake loose of that pain inside on the day when you decide not only will you survive, you're going to be more alive, more alive, more alive, waiting on the other side of all that sorrow and the trouble in your life. There are so many sad goodbyes in a long and well-lived life. They don't break you, they can make you more alive. There are so many sad goodbyes in a long and well-lived life. If they don't break you in time, you know they can make you more alive. There you go.
Absolutely beautiful, Don. Thank you.
Well,
All right.
so there it is. Somebody singing my song again. I'm gonna have to put the cops on them. Wait a minute, it's singing my song. All right, so
I just threw in megabucks. I don't know if you've done that one too before I was
I
out.
think I could do that one. Oh, no, we'll do that, and that'll wrap it up, and then we'll take just another 2-minute break, and then we'll have all our special guests tonight. I feel the fatigue in the world. I feel it in my own world, but I just thought tonight in the after party, you know, I mean, all the guests are welcome to do whatever they want, but they all, no matter what they're doing, they have lovely senses of humor, and I just thought it would be good, you know. So we'll do that. You're welcome to stay. So Megabucks is a song that I wrote. Another one of those ones that talks about a carburetor in it. When's the last time a car had a carburetor in it? Now it's probably 25 years ago. And Megabucks used to be the name of the Massachusetts State Lottery, but it hasn't been for 20 years. So this thing is, this it's out there. But it was when I was a working man, just it's a good song to play with my son because it's got a good guitar part in it, but he's not here at the moment. So let me see if I can figure this out here. Just an ordinary working Joe, Chevrolet Nova, 15 years old. A bucket of bolts, but the thing still runs. Don't ask me where my inspection sticker came from. I put a new carburetor on that Chevrolet. I blew the radiator on the next day. Took $200 to fix that car. That's $100 more than I could sell it for. I get paid on Friday. I buy a quart of Budweiser. I don't believe in this work hard to get ahead stuff. I believe in the mega bucks. It's a retirement plan. Months ago my boss promised me a raise. Promised me again the other day. Be the happiest man that ever lived if I could pay my rent with his promises and get paid on Friday. I buy a quart of Budweiser. I don't believe in this work hard to get ahead stuff. I believe in the mega bucks. Oops. The odds on me hitting the mega bucks, 5, 6, 7, 8 million to 1. The odds on getting rich on what they're paying me make 8 million to 1 look like a real sure thing and get paid on Friday. I'll buy a quart of Budweiser. I don't believe in this work hard to get ahead stuff. I believe in the mega bucks. There it is, the end of another.
All right, Dawn, thank you for that. I love it. I haven't heard that in a long time.
I haven't played for a long time, Neil. I can't believe I got through it, but I did it.
You did it. You did it well.
So thanks everybody. So thanks for supporting the live music. So take just another short break, just a couple minutes. I'll go splash some water on my face, and we'll be back with my 3 exciting and wonderful and good-natured guests, and then we'll have a little community and some laughs and some songs. And if you can throw a little something toward the grocery bill, Dawn White and Family White would appreciate it. All right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Thanks everybody.
Why am I not hearing music?
It's not you.
It's not you, it's me.
I think Brandon's
Thankfully
just trying to
for-
pin down a possible audio issue.
Okay.
All right. Okay, boys and girls, here we are back again. Hang on a second. After party. So I'm looking at everybody over here. Anybody watching on other platforms, if you want to come over and hang out with us, you're welcome to. Technicians will put the Zoom information in your chats. You can cut and paste that information and come over here, but you can also hang out anonymously over there because, you know, I understand that's that's okay too. I'm looking at everybody here. I got there's somebody there cooking for everybody. You know, says Liz there, but you know, you have to share if you're cooking. I just want to let you know that, everybody. And Kara, welcome. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So here, let's start our after party. Tom Smith is here. Welcome, Tom. So I'm gonna start with my friend Peter. Peter Lendorf is just a lovely man. I've known him a long time. We were part of something called the Acoustic Underground way back, which was like a folk fight. It started with 250 folk singers, and they compete, and then 10 of them get to play, you know, at the Somerville Theater or something like that. I first met him then. I think we were on an album together back then. But he's just a good guy, and he's got a great sense of humor and a great writing style. So I'm glad to have him here today. So please make him feel welcome, those of you that are unmuted. Mr. Peter Lendorf.
Thanks, Don. So I wanted to do this. This song was in my head because of the pandemic, so I thought I'd share this one with you. While I was watching a doctor on TV, he was talking all about the new disease. He says, wash your hands, don't touch your face, wear a mask every place. Well, I've never been to China or Italy or Spain. I don't take cruises or fly on planes, but I was sneezing for no reason. I was feeling quite ill. I called my lawyer, I made a new will. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Oh, I know it's gonna get me in the end. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Oh, I know it's gonna kill me. I just don't know when. Well, cats have fleas, and dogs have ticks. If you get bit, you could get really sick. There's killer bees coming from Mexico and the West Nile virus from mosquitoes. So I went to CVS to get some remedies, some insect repellent and some to spray over me, but there were 20 people standing in line. They started sneezing on me at the very same time. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Oh, I know it's gonna get me in the end. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Oh, I know it's gonna kill me. I just don't know when. Have you seen that ad for the pharmaceutical where everyone's happy? The weather's always beautiful. I don't have that disease just yet, but I seem to have all the side effects. Men may experience a loss of hair, not just on the top, but way down there. You have to check your liver, you have to check your blood, and women who are pregnant should use rubber gloves. It might make you sleepy or keep you up at night. Probably won't kill you, but then again it might. But then they showed a picture on TV, and I swear to God it was a photo of me. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Oh, I know it's gonna kill me in the end. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Oh, I know it's gonna kill me. I just don't know when. Oh, I know it's gonna kill me. I just don't know when.
Hey, Peter, great.
That was great,
Thank you.
Peter.
Thanks.
Nicely done.
Thanks, Peter. You'll hang around. We'll go around a couple times. We can chat a little bit. Does that sound good to you, Peter?
Sure.
All right, let's hear one more time for Peter Lindorf. Getting us started here tonight.
Hey, Peter.
Thanks.
Really thrilled to have my friend Carla here. She has done this for us at least once before, maybe twice, and I think of her often. I just think she brings great energy into this world. So let's have a nice hand and welcome our friend Carla Ulbrich.
Hey, Carla. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Okay. I'm so impressed with the 2-camera shoot there and the so fancy and the high-end audio. Okay, so let me just bring things down a little more low-tech. 1 light bulb, 1 camera, which is my laptop. Keeping it simple here because everybody's on Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. Video conferencing all day long. Everybody's on Zoom. Is this on? Can you hear me? I think you can turn down the TV. Maybe turn off your speakers. It's feeding back. What? Are you talking to me? Me? Everybody's on Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. Didn't say everyone knew how to use it. Just said everybody's on Zoom. Work meetings, book clubs, 12-step groups, using virtual calls to resume. What really is needed most right now are some meetings on how to use Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. Video conferencing all day long. Everybody's on Zoom. The perverts started crashing the meetings and flashing their junk. It's just sick. Of course, when you invite every Tom, Dick, and Harry, don't be surprised when you get Tom's, Harry. Everybody's on Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. Fish gotta swim, flashers gotta flash. Everybody's on Zoom.
Yeah.
There, let me help.
That's great. I love it. That's great, Carla.
Thank you.
That brand
Thank you,
new, Carla?
No, I wrote that last year during the pandemic. Of course, that could be this year too, but
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
thank you so much. I just, you have such a great spirit. So you'll hang around with us and
Oh, you bet.
times. All right, one more time for Carla, please.
Hey, Carla, that was awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so coming to us from some hidden location in Metro West, I believe, is my friend Mark Stepakov. There he is, right there.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Mark is not on Facebook. He's not he's in. He's hiding out. But we try.
Yeah, I'm keeping a low profile.
That's
But
right.
pleasure to be a part of this evening, and thanks for asking me to play Don. And
Sure.
I'm happy to share the after party with Peter and Carla. The last time I saw Peter, I can tell you this, was March 11th, 2020, because that was actually the last real show I played. Peter and I played at a little coffee house, and it was, things were already starting to go bad, so nobody wanted to come out, and we played before a crowd of one person. And that was the last show that I played. And Carla, you probably don't remember this, but we met many years ago at the Center for Arts in Natick.
Oh, yeah, okay. I recognized your name. And
Right.
and that was when it was that sort of long, skinny.
I think
Like
so.
a
Yeah, I think it
shallow-
was back then. It was like a storefront. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a long time ago, and you
And
gave
I
me
ran
your
sound
CD.
there then.
Oh, cool.
You gave me your CD, like the Smart Alex CD. So I still have that. So.
Awesome.
All right. Anyway, so I really haven't been playing shows during the pandemic, but I'm trying to stay creative, and so I came up with this a few months ago. I'll share it with you. It's kind of an homage to the late great Shel Silverstein, and also Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. Well, I'm a folk musician. I got big ambitions to be known everywhere I go. I sing long dirges in the basements of churches for $25 a show. But I've been biding my time, and I'm sure that soon I'm gonna be the next musical rage. But if you're surfing the net, one thing I haven't got yet is my own Wikipedia page. Wikipedia page, wanna have a page on Wikipedia. Wanna be a star on social media. Wanna see my life story on my own Wikipedia page. I'm getting multiple plays from the folk DJs. They love every song I write. I got some nice reviews in the Metro West News. They said I was a poor man's Don White. I think I got a real shot at a coveted slot on the Newport Folk Festival stage. But I'll be overlooked and will never get booked without a Wikipedia page. Wikipedia page, wanna have a page on Wikipedia. Wanna be a star on social media. Wanna see my life story on my own Wikipedia page. I think you get the idea. Well, I read on Reddit that the only way to get it is to prove your notability. But since it's the case that I got no fan base, it's gonna be a challenge for me. But I'm dreading the specter of the service job sector where I'd be working for a minimum wage. So I'll just have to fake it, 'cause I ain't gonna make it without a Wikipedia page. Wikipedia page, wanna have a page on Wikipedia. Wanna be a star on social media. Wanna see my life story on my own Wikipedia page. On my own Wikipedia. Wanna have a page on Wikipedia. Wanna be the darling of the media.
Want to see my life story on my own Wikipedia page? On my own Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Mark, nice going, my friend. Hey, Mark.
Very nice.
All right. I'm feeling good now.
I had to play that with a gratuitous reference to Don in there, so you know.
Yeah.
Just up your pay, you know. Wait a minute, there's no pay. All right, now, so let's talk about Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show for a minute. Like, it's one of the great forgotten bands of all time, and almost all their songs were written by Shel Silverstein, including the one that is the melody there, which was a cover of the Rolling Stone, right?
That's right.
Sylvia's
Mother, remember that one?
Well, yeah, that's something I loved about Shel Silverstein. He could be really funny and naughty and really serious. Sylvia's Mother and The Queen of the Silver Dollar, those are Shel Silverstein songs. But those albums, here, can I do this? Here, wait a second. Okay. I moved my albums over. Look at this, like, can you see that right there?
Wow.
Like Dawn has got vinyl, and it buried in there is a bunch of Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show albums. And I remember coming up thinking, look, you can be funny and play music and be serious too. Like it ain't all right if you do downs, do downs, do downs. It ain't all right if you do downs, right? Try not to die, right? That's Dr. You know, they just would, and in the concerts, you know, if you see films of them, like in that song, Cover the Rolling Stone, there'd be like a big guitar solo and the guy would mutilate the guitar solo, like it'd be sound awful, and the singer would go over and just pull the cord out of the guitar and throw it on the floor, right? You know, they just had like this great show, so it's good band to be influenced by.
And of course, as a result of that song, they did get their picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Right, and then advanced quickly to obscurity. But they probably have 6 or 7 albums. I recommend them highly. They're a hoot. And Shel Silverstein, you know, the more you know about him, the more you love him. So thank you, Mark. One more time for Mark Stepakov.
Thank you.
And Kara, did you say you were running sound at the storefront
Way back in the day when I thought I had a career as a sound guy.
Well, so did you ever run sound for me? I played that room all the time. I played every place that Michael Moran had. I don't remember.
Yeah, I know.
He had a few.
Yeah, he did. So way back in the day on Main Street there, I ran the sound for lots of people like Dana Cooper and Mindy Johnston and just a lot of people.
Well, if I ever get stuck and I need a sound person, I know who to call now.
There you go.
Secret sound.
Good memories there. All right, so let's go around one more time. So, Peter, what do you got for us there, buddy? Where are you? There you are.
I'm right here.
I like that Peter's standing up and doing a 2-camera shoot. He's bringing it to another level, you know?
Yeah.
I've been trying. I can't, since the making up for the music. My visuals, you know. So this is a song. Sounds like too much reverb here, right? Well, this is a song. Those of you from New England will relate to this song. Well, Billy worked on Main Street at the little store. He just bought a little truck. It was a 4x4. Monday on his day off, he was driving down the street. He was getting hungry for something good to eat. For lunch he bought a Slurpee. He bought a Hostess pie. Then he saw her working there with love at first sight. Heather was a pretty gal. She was tall, she was slim. He smiled at her, she smiled at him. He smiled right back again. It's a marriage of convenience. It's a marriage made in heaven. Billy works at the Cumberland Farms and Heather at the 7-Eleven. Well, Billy bought a hostess pie almost every day. 4 or 5 weeks later, he asked her on a date. They said they might get married. They never reached second base. But Heather always kept a few condoms, just in case. They kept each other company most days of the week. Billy kept an eye on Heather, and she kept Billy on a short leash. Then one night at Billy's store while he was stocking shelves, Heather was off in the corner reading Cosmo to herself. It's a marriage of convenience. It's a marriage made in heaven. Billy works at the Cumberland Farms and Heather at the 7-Eleven. Well, a big old rusty car pulled up. It had one headlight out. A guy came in, he walked around. He was checking Heather out. He walked up to Billy and he pulled out a gun. Well, Heather knocked him out with a frozen burrito and a sack of hot dog buns. They vowed right then and there they'd never be apart. They had their wedding party in the 7-Eleven parking lot. All their guests had Slurpees, we all had Hostess pies. And one and all we offer this toast to the groom and his new bride. It's a marriage of convenience. It's a marriage made in heaven. Billy works at the Cumberland Farms and Heather at the 7-Eleven. Well, Billy and Heather, they run a little store. Heather had that burrito bronzed. It's hanging by the door. If you stop in to see them, tell them I said hi. And pick up a gallon of milk and a Hostess pie. It's a marriage of convenience. It's a marriage made in heaven. Billy works at the Cumberland Farms and Heather at the 7-Eleven. Billy works at the Cumberland Farms and Heather at the 7-Eleven. Billy works at the Cumberland Farms and Heather at the 7-Eleven.
Nice.
Oh, Peter, nicely done.
All right, Peter.
One more time for Peter. Nicely done, Peter. All right, Carla. Where are you? Did you tell me, where did you say you were living? I know you're from the south, but you don't live down there. Where do you live?
I live in the middle of New Jersey. Whoa. Deep thoughts. I'm trying to bring in a ringer, but I didn't know it was going to be literal.
Wow, that's thinking on your feet there.
Hey, this is my husband, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi,
Joe Giacoio. He's also a folkie, and that's how we met. And he is how I wound up in Jersey and introduced me to the whole folk world and everything. But we thought we'd do something in honor of opening day of baseball.
Great.
Whoa, good for you.
And except for the Mets, who had their game canceled.
Yep.
COVID.
Like Boston.
Yeah. So anyway, this is from the before times. I wrote this song back when we were all still going to the park and complaining about how much it cost to park a car and eat some peanuts. Never mind getting a ticket. So anyway, just imagine it's 2 years ago. Take me out to the overpriced ball game at the corporate-owned park. We paid for this place with a local tax. They should be wearing our names on their backs, but it's suits in the good seats. They should all be ashamed, 'cause it's $100, $200, $300 and they're not even watching the game. drag him out on the ball field with a torn ACL. Management says that he'll be alright. He can't sit out on his bobblehead night, so it's shoot, shoot, shoot him with cortisone. If he won't heal, then we'll trade. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3 Tommy Johns and right back into the game.
Well, that was the 15th RBI for Alonso. And speaking of 15, if you have 15 minutes or less, you can save on your car insurance. Syndergaard is in a tight spot, and if you're in a tight spot, you can lose up to 20 pounds in your first month with Nutrition System. Diaz is painting the corners, and if you need to paint corners, Paint Depot has everything you need. And that was the sweet play of the game. Speaking of sweet, remember Dad this Father's Day with a Pudgy the Whale ice cream cake. Lindor is batting cleanup tonight, and when you need to clean up, Lysol kills 99% of all germs, including MRSA. And DeGrom strikes out the side with a slider. You want to talk about sliders, Gary? Have you tried the new breakfast slider at Taco Shell?
I went broke at the ball game. $40 just to park. I can't find peanuts or Cracker Jack. Just calamari, steak, cognac, with their souvenirs and concessions, and the rights to the name. Oh, it's milk, every last buck from the old ball game.
You're out!
Okay.
All right, Gala, that was great. Both of you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Man.
Good job.
Applause to you, Joe. I know you can't hear because I got the headphones.
That's right.
Thank you.
I believe you.
Thank you, Ringer.
One more time for Carla and her.
Gala, that was awesome.
Carla.
All right, before we go, let's wrap up this round and go around one more time. Mark Stepikoff, what do you got for us, buddy?
Yeah, thanks. I guess I'll play this. I like my performances to be educational as well as entertaining. So I'm going to play for you a grand historical ballad that tells the tale of a very important, though sadly neglected figure in world history. In this season of the dragon, near the province of Hunan, a brave young Chinese general crushed the rebels of Nian. Well, you can scour your history books, his name will not be found, but it's recognized at every Chinese takeout joint in town. General Gao, the bravest man in China, but he's just chicken now. The ginger and the garlic make it all taste right somehow. Let's have another piece of General Gao. He drove the Taiping army from the city of Nanjing, and his name became a legend in the dynasty of Qing. If you don't see the irony, you must be pretty dim. He used to order thousands, but now thousands order him. General Gao, General Gao, fearless and courageous, but he's just chicken now. When Nixon went to China and had lunch with Chairman Mao, they had a great big dish of General Gao. It said that when the general was about to pass away, his men asked if he'd any final words he'd like to say. He turned to his lieutenant and said, write this down if you would. I'm thinking chicken fried in sesame oil might taste pretty good. Well, there's Wellington and Stroganoff, a beef dish named for each. And Caesar had his salad, and Melba had her peach. But on this list, the general's name you surely must include. Someone with his accomplishments ought not to be poo-pooed. General Gao, General Gao, the bravest man in China, but he's just chicken now. And if I had one wish that God would promise to allow, I'd say praise the Lord and pass the General Gao. Praise the Lord and pass the General Gao.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Mark, that's awesome.
That was
I haven't
nice.
heard that for a whole bunch of years.
Thanks,
Thank you, Mark.
It's an old songwriter's adage, you have to write what you know.
I'm thinking about ordering takeout right now. All right. Thank you, Mark. So here, Joe Crafty, what do you think, man? Can you grab your guitar, buddy? Joe, maybe do like Bigfoot or the Crafty. I would love to turn the audience onto your stuff. What do you think? Will it work just with my phone? I think so. Well, let's just grab your guitar and let's see what it sounds like. All right. All right. Okay. This is Joe Cowan. Well, you know, I just I'm there with you as long as we can get his tech to work here. And he's got an alias called Joe Crafty because he's a craftaholic, and he's just somebody that the world should know about. But again, he's raising 2 kids and living that busy life. So we use Zoom to expose him to the world. Why don't you just play and sing just a little bit, Joe, just so we can make sure that that'll work, okay? Does that work? How about a few words, maybe? How about singing me a few?
You think I don't like my law? Crafty, I got a scrapbook and a glue stick and a rug hook. I got mad skills, what you think about that? Rotary cut, you on my self-healing mat. I'm crafty.
Yes, let's do that. Okay, yeah. All right.
Working?
Yeah, that works good enough. Good enough.
Good enough.
All right.
That's what I like to hear. You know what? I'm not getting fancy here, but there's my kid's lunchbox. Pop this thing up, and now you can't see me. Okay, never mind. It's not working.
It worked good. What do you do?
It was good.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. The song is called, obviously, Crafty. It's about arts and crafts. It's like that. I'm crafty. I got a scrapbook and a glue stick and a rug hook. I got mad skills. What you think about that? A rotary cut you on my self-healing mat. I'm crafty. I do what I like. Got a deckle edge scissor and a lot of press tape. I use white glue to attach construction paper. You know I got the moves like Dorothy Draper. I'm crafty. I'm so crafty. Why you be hating on my sponge painting and the crazy cool borders I be creating? I am way out of practice. Why you be hating on my sponge painting and the crazy cool borders I'm creating? Don't give me crap, cause I ain't having it. I'll rock the crack and finish on my cabinet. Crafty, I knit on the subway. I like to embroider and macrame. And on a good day, I stop and crochet. Made a fresh doily for my friend Jose. Crafty. I'm so crafty. Well, my name is Joe K. I'm the craft aggressor. Just look at what I made with a tongue depressor or a lanyard. My box stitch is standard. Always got an X-Acto knife in my hand. Word chilling with my hot glue gun. And you know, when I pull the trigger like my rhyme, it flows. Hot glue a ribbon to a wreath or a basket. Glue a silk flower to my dead homie's casket. Now I'm going plug free, double G, cordless. Got a second job so I could afford this. Cause my crafting is heartfelt. And I go crazy on your ass with hot melt. I got me a can of spray glue, and you know I use that stuff almost every day too. And a special brush to apply gold leaf. Put that junk in my mouth for some handmade gold teeth. I like floral wire. My tape's double-sided. A tricolor ink pad makes me the Mac Dad. Bottle of glitter, a magnetic sheet. No, I'd be making memories up and down the street. It's around Christmas time, the beginning of December. I'd be crafting handmade cards that you'll remember. Start with some paper and a sharp pencil. Then I go crazy airbrush with a stencil. Hit it with a rubber stamp once, no twice. Then drop the glitter to make it look real nice. You want some ribbon, embroider some stitches. Sign from Joe, happy holidays, bitches, I'm crafty. I'm so crafty. I work with Fimo. Came to me in a dream, yo. I made a pattern and I rolled it up like cookie dough. Then I cut it into slices, 2 dozen. Broke it and baked it at 350. In my toaster oven, I'm crafty. But I'm not PC. Crafty. You know I'm PC, but I'm not PG. I'll rubber stamp thee. Cut out a picture of a scene from the Bahamas. I bust into your house and I decoupage your mama. I'm crafty. I'm so crafty. Well, I use white glue to attach construction paper. You know I got the moves like Dorothy Draper. Go with my hands if you know what I mean. Embroider my sweater and bedazzle my jeans. Don't give me crap cause I ain't having it. I'll rock a crackle finish on my cabinet. Some say I won't, but you know that I will. Make an iron-on t-shirt in my George Foreman grill. I glue little gems onto my belt buckle and quilted a cozy form of brass knuckles. But you know I'm a crafter and not a fighter. I freestyle the shrinky dink with my lighter. I'm crafty.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Joe, nice job.
Yeah, thanks for I'm
Thanks, Joe.
kind of out of the swing of this, so appreciate your patience.
Any song that has "I will break into your house and decoupage your mama" is right by me.
You know, I don't know this if you knew this, Don, but I've since taken it down. I'm not thrilled with the video that I used to have for this, but Owen Kennedy, his mom was in the video with us, and you know she's since passed away, but she was amazing. She let us come into her house and like glue a thing onto her head and wrap her up with a macrame. I mean, talk about someone who's just like all in.
She was amazing.
That was Cynthia Kennedy.
She's a lovely woman.
She
Yeah.
was wonderful. Yeah.
All right. One more time for Joe Crafty.
Hey, Joe, nicely done.
All right. So here we are, the lightning round. Peter Lindorf, on your mark, get set, go. Folk singer, go.
I almost muted myself. That was great. That was I was gonna. So this is for Joe. My pencil. A toast to you. I was trying to look for other stuff around here, but it's all in the other room. So with the pandemic, I've been working. I can keep on doing this song. I just had to change some of the technology for it because it was on my album about 20 years ago, and there's no more fax machines and stuff like that, so I had to work on it, but it seems to fit the times now. Well, we have been married for a year or two. People think it's strange that I've never met you, but we were married on the telephone. So tell me that you love me after the tone. Tell me that you love me after the tone. Tell me that you love me alone. Buzz me, fax me, do it one more time, and let's put our marriage back on the line. Yeah, let's put our marriage back on the line. Well, I gave you a ring on our wedding day. You were in Chicago, I was in LA. Your dad was on the kitchen phone, my mom zoomed from the mall. The priest called from the church, it was a conference call. Your friends logged on to Facebook, Uncle Jim had gone to bowl. We marched down our aisles to the music on hold. Your brother played the touchstones for a hymn or two. The priest got on the line and we said our I do. Tell me that you love me after the tone. Tell me that you love me alone. Buzz me, fax me, do one more time, and let's put our marriage back on the line. Yeah, let's put our marriage back on the line. Well, we had a great reception, if you pardon the pun. You cut the cake, babe, and FedEx me some. The honeymoon was awesome. We faxed until dawn. You text me from your sofa. I text you from my lawn. Well, absence, they say, makes the heart grow fonder. That's why I'm here and you're way out yonder. Now it's time to settle down and raise a kid or two. Your doctor said for me to mail this bottle to you. Tell me that you love me after the tone. Tell me that you love me alone. Buzz me, fax me, make me go blind, and let's put our marriage back on the line. Yeah, let's put our marriage back on the line. Thank you.
Awesome, Peter. I love it.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you, Peter. Let's hear one more time for Peter Lindor.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Thanks a lot.
Peter, have you got anything coming up? You want to talk about your open mic or anything like that? Or
Sure. Well, the next open mic, they fill up really fast. We have Shine in a Dress is going to be our feature on April 12th. We've got a few other guests, coming in. Then the next one will be in May, and that'll be Rick Allendorf. So that's good. I guess we're going to keep on doing it online until the fall. This is the Vanilla Bean Cafe in Pomfret, Connecticut, but actually it's right here because it's Zoom. So we're able to get people from all over the country to play. So
I recommend it highly. It's a great open mic, and Peter is the host and runs a good. It's just a great thing. So. All right. So the Vanilla Bean open mic. What is it? The same week, same night every month, or something?
Yeah, it's the second Monday every month.
Okay. All right. Let's hear one more time for Peter Lindorf, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey,
Thanks,
Peter,
Don.
that's awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, Carla. So take us home. Take us toward home, anyway.
Yeah. All right. This is about Also, sort of online life, casual attire that we've all discovered. Do you know how hard it is to find loungewear in this past year? It's impossible. Like, unless you're like a really strange size, there's nothing in stock. But that's the first thing that went crazy. When you're out on the town, going through the drive-thru, or heating up a can of pork and beans, or dancing up a storm in your living room, it's the official uniform of the quarantine. Sweatpants, they go with everything. Sweatpants, be on trend if you dare. Sweatpants, there's just no better choice for your long commute from the bed to the chair. They're wearing them in all of the trendiest cities, from Paris to Rome to Berlin. These baggy cotton knickers never go out of style because, let's face it, they were never in. Sweatpants, bow chicken, bow bow. Sweatpants, hey, they're pajamas too. Sweatpants, not just for the self-employed, because no one can see your pants on Zoom. Paired with an oversized t-shirt, these versatile trousers feature a forgiving, non-judgmental drawstring. Seamlessly go from day to evening with colored choices of dull, drab, or blah. Sweatpants for casual Friday, sweatpants and casual Monday, sweatpants and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but weekends are for laundry. So put on your other pair of sweatpants. Everybody's wearing them. Sweatpants, come on in vogue. Sweatpants, you work it, you work it. Sweatpants.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, Carla, that was awesome.
Thanks, Carla.
Carla, thank you so much for being here. I just love your energy and your songs and your everything. So you normally do a show every week, but you're taking this week off. You want to just let people know where they can find you?
Yes, you are correct. I normally, every Friday at 7 Eastern, I do a show on YouTube and Facebook, simulcast. You know, it's the same show, both places, live. And we do dad jokes and a Mad Lib and goofy songs. And everybody chimes in with their own dad jokes and Mad Lib words, and it's pretty fun and interactive. And I really should do it on Zoom, but I don't have a Brandon, so it's hard enough to just keep it going without adding Zoom to the mix. But it's fun. I've been doing it almost every week for a year since the whole thing started, and I got a bunch of regulars, and they're really friendly and very smart.
Yeah. Well, they're smart to be fans of yours, of course. So it's CarlaUlrich.com to find.
Oh, you could just do CarlaU.com, either one. They both go to the same place, CarlaU.com, because it's not always easy. Ulbrich sounds like it starts with an O and ends with a K, so I just did CarlaU.com. Either place will get you there.
So if you're, looking for a few laughs, or just take the edge off a day, Fridays with Carla, Friday nights with Carla, recommend it highly. All right, one more time for Carla, please, everybody.
Hey, Carla, great to see you again.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah.
All right, so Mark Stepikoff, gonna bring it home, and then I think Carla, I just gotta ask you something. Is your husband from New Jersey?
He is from the Bronx. He is a proud New Yorker, so, he always has to point out, I'm from New York. But he's now been in Jersey longer than he was in New York.
Uh-huh. I think before we end tonight, I'll read my piece about how much I love New Jersey. I think I'll do that to end this up tonight. So maybe, him being from the Bronx, I'm not sure he'll love it or not, but all right. So I'm just keeping that in the back of my mind. All right, so Mark Stepikoff, my friend, I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you're doing well. I direct people to your online life, but there is none. But you do have a website and some fantastic albums. Those are in the chats. I would recommend Mark's albums. Just pick them up. I'm telling you, they're just wonderful. I mean, all these artists have albums, CDs and all that stuff. So, all right, Mark, what do you got?
Thanks, Don. I just gotta say it was really awesome to hear Joe Cowan play. It's been a long time, and Joe, this is a coincidence. I'm not making this up. I was doing some spring cleaning today, including going through my very ample T-shirt drawer, and I still have a Counterfolk T-shirt. I just
That's
saw
awesome because I was thinking about doing a reprint of those, but I don't know. That's cool because I don't even have one anymore.
Literally, I just pulled that out today. I'm not making that up. So it was great to hear you. All right, here's a song that combines two subject matters that are frequently found in traditional folk and country music, and they are whiskey and financial planning. In those business classes I took as a student, I was taught to save most of my pay and invested in assets believed to be prudent, like a CD and 401k. But since you left me, my darling, I've turned all of my holdings over to a new management team. The entire amount has been placed on account with Daniels, Walker, and Beam. I was planning a glorious future together with a nest egg to keep you secure. But then you met someone I guess you loved better, and I don't need a nest egg no more. But I'm receiving returns of a kind you can't get from no Ponzi or pyramid scheme. You broke this poor heart of mine, but I'm feeling just fine, thanks to Daniels, Walker, and Beam. Mr. Beam's quite a fellow, he's strong, but he's mellow. Well, Mr. Daniels' friends all call him Jack. And Mr. Walker determines the extent that your earnings will end up in the red or the black. Now I know past performance is no guarantee of future investment returns, but whenever I need them, they've been right there for me to help me deal with my going concerns. Today they'll join me at lunch, but I've got a hunch they'll still be there at the dawn's early gleam. And when they cart me away, I'll just have one thing to say. Thank you, Daniels, Walker, and Beam. Yes, if you're in a pinch, we'll just forget Merrill Lynch. Go with Daniels, Walker, and Beam.
All right.
All right, Mark.
Mark Stepakov, financial advisor for the rich and famous. There it is right there. Thank you, Mark. I love you a lot. I'm just, but this was really good. I was having a tough, long week here. You know, it was good, but just exhausting. So I'm pretty cheered up now. So thank you. Let's hear it one more time for Mark Stepakov.
Hey, Mark.
Peter Lindorf. And
Hey,
Carl
Peter.
Ulrich, and a cameo by Joe Cowan also.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, I like your comment about the liquid assets that Mark was thinking about.
Yeah.
Thanks. There was a line in there that I was like about being a going concern. That's a business term. Not everybody gets that. So anyway.
So Carla, I'm gonna read this piece for you being married to someone from the Bronx, and for your husband. He probably doesn't want to hear this. You don't have to bother him, but I thought of him. New Jersey is my favorite place in the world. You never hear anybody say that except people from New Jersey. Not even people from New Jersey will say it, but it is, and it's not here. So this is just a little piece from my book that I'm writing on the just finding great reasons to praise New Jersey. So here, this is called "Time is Like a Baggage Handler at the Newark International Airport." My favorite state in the United States is New Jersey. That's not something you hear often from someone who isn't a native of the Garden State. When I see New Jersey on my travel schedule, I get all giddy. It's not the rural western part of the state that is the object of my affection. I love Newark, Hoboken, and the not New York side of the Holland Tunnel, because that's where the Jersey attitude is strongest. I love the way people from eastern New Jersey navigate their world. One time my luggage got misplaced at the Newark airport. I walked up to a woman with an identification tag around her neck. I told her that my luggage didn't come out on the belt. She stared at me with a look that clearly said, 30 minutes and my shift will be over, and here comes this sorry mother. I immediately got a warm feeling because I knew that I was with someone who was going to find my suitcase. I recognized it in her attitude. My mother was like that. She would make sure you knew that you were a pain in the ass while she was methodically solving your problem. My comfort with this is almost impossible for Midwesterners to grasp. They come from a part of the world where politeness accompanies almost everything. Being from Boston, it took me a long time to get used to the Midwest. They're too friendly. It made me nervous. Here's how I explain the difference between the kind of friendly you find in the Northeast and the kind you find in the middle of the country. If my car goes into a ditch on a snowy night in the heartland, a chatty, friendly, well-mannered local resident will stop and pull me out of the ditch. The exact same thing will happen in the Northeast, except for the chatty, well-mannered parts. When a New Jersey or a Boston or a Brooklyn guy pulls you out of the ditch, he does not want to hear about your family. I saved your life. That should be enough. Now stop talking. Go away. I ain't your buddy. So my new best friend at the airport walked me over to a staging area and found my suitcase. She didn't ask me anything about myself. She didn't ask me to engage in any way. She got the job done in a way that was steady and completely unaffected by anything good or bad that was coming from me or anyone else. I know this is a minority view, but I am most at ease when I am around people who get things done in a no-nonsense way. If you are trapped in a car that is on fire, the best thing you can hope for is to be in New Jersey, because in all likelihood, a local resident will pull you out, call you an idiot for driving a crappy car, and drive away. Steady, reliable, unattached, solid, just like time. Ta-da.
Hey, that was great, Don. That's great.
Listen, thank you for a lovely night, everybody. Next week, just so you know, John Gorker is going to be one of our guests, and Kerry Powers. And you know Kerry Powers. So we're looking forward to that. And we're just going to keep doing this until it doesn't make sense anymore. Hi, Shannon. How are you? Good. All right. So I guess we could just say goodbye now. How's that sound? Like just say goodbye or chat, talk, whatever you want. Sarah, thank you for coming. Kara.
Bye, Don.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you all for a great night.
Good night, Don.
Good night now.
Good night.
Take it
Night.
easy.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for an awesome night.